Assalamualaikum and very good morning to all my beloved girls. Okay, so let's continue our discussion today on the second subtopic in the chapter 15, which is 15.2 Gametogenesis in humans. Okay, do you still remember what is a gametogenesis? Gameto refer to the gametes. Genesis refer to the formation. So it is about the formation of the gametes that occur in the humans. So the gametogenesis can be divided into spermatogenesis and also oogenesis. Alright, okay, so we already discussed in my previous video about the spermatogenesis that occur in the male. Okay, what is a spermatogenesis? It is referred to the formation of the sperms that occur in the male. Okay, so in this video, we are going to discuss or describe about the gamete formation referred to the oogenesis, right? Okay, oogenesis that occur in the female, right? Okay, so oogenesis refer to the word oocytes. Okay, oocytes, genesis refer to the formation. So the or in other words, it is about the formation of the oocytes. Alright, okay, before we go to the steps or processes that occur in the oogenesis, okay, you have to know what is the oogenesis. Okay, oogenesis is the process of the secondary oocyte or female gamete production. Okay, oocyte refer to the immature or not mature. Yeah, not mature what? Not mature ovum. Yeah, it is referred to the oocyte refer to the ovum which is still not mature. Yeah, we call as oocyte. So after mature, the oocyte will change into the ovum. Alright. Okay, so the oogenesis refer to the formation of the oocyte, or you can say that the formation of the female gametes. Alright, okay, so this is referred to the whole process that occur in our ovary. Alright, so oogenesis occur or take place in the ovary. Yeah, in the ovaries. Alright, okay, so the oogenesis begins in a female's ovaries before they are born. Alright, okay, so the oogenesis begins in the female's ovary when we are still in a fetus. Yeah, in the fetus development or fetal development. Right, okay, before we are born. Right, okay, so let's go to the oogenesis steps or oogenesis process. Okay, again, so what is a oogenesis? It is a process of female gamete production. Yeah, process of female gamete production. Yeah, female gamete production refer to the oocytes. Yeah, oocytes. Yeah, female gamete here refer to the oocyte. So again, what is a oocyte? Oocyte refer to the unmatured ovum. Yeah, unmatured ovum. After mature, it is called as ovum. Alright, okay, so this process, this oogenesis take place in the ovaries. Okay, so we go to the process that occur in the oogenesis. Okay, it will start before birth. Alright, okay, before birth. Okay, during fetal development. Yeah, during fetal development. Alright, okay. So, number one. Okay, number one, primordial germ cells. Okay, primordial germ cells of the ovaries. Yeah, primordial germ cells of the ovaries. Okay, you have to know that the oogenesis take place in the ovaries. So it will involve the primordial germ cells of the ovary. Yeah, so this primordial germ cell undergo mitosis. Okay, undergo mitosis. Okay, or mitotic division. Yeah, mitotic division multiple times. Okay, to form what? To form oogonium. Yeah, oogonium, which is also diplot. Okay, so this is referred to the primordial germ cell, which is diplot. Okay, diplot undergo mitosis. Okay, mitosis. Okay, and produce a lot of oogonium. Yeah, okay, produce a lot of oogonium, which is still diplot. Right? Okay, and then we go to the number 2. This is number 1. Okay, number 1 here. So this is number 2. Okay, number 2, oogonium develops into primary oocyte. Yeah, oogonium. This is referred to the oogonium. So every oogonium, every oogonium will develop into primary oocyte. Yeah, develop or grow into primary oocyte. So every primary oocyte is encapsulated, encapsulated or protected. Yeah, they are protected with one or more layers of follicular cells forming primary follicles. Alright, okay, so every primary oocyte is protected by a layer of follicles. Okay, layer of follicles that forming. So when these two combine, when the primary oocyte is covered or protected with the follicles, they are called as primary follicles. Okay, they are called as primary follicles. So primary follicles refer to the primary oocyte, that is encapsulated or covered or protected with a layer of follicles. Alright, okay, so the growth of the follicle is still stimulated by FSH. Okay, what is a FSH? Refer to the follicle stimulating hormone. Yeah, follicle stimulating hormone, right? Okay, and then the primary oocyte undergo meiosis. Yeah, so this primary oocyte undergo meiosis. Okay, and stops at prophase 1 during fetal development. Okay, so it means that this primary oocyte undergo meiosis. Yeah, undergo meiosis, but it stopped at prophase 1. Yeah, prophase 1 of the meiosis 1. Yeah, during fetal development. Okay, that is occur before birth. Alright, okay, before birth or during fetal development. Okay, next we go to the number 3. Okay, number 3. Okay, so this process continue after birth. Alright, okay, after birth. Alright, so at birth, a baby girl has millions of primary oocytes. Yeah, primary oocytes in the ovary, that remain dormant. Remain dormant in prophase 1 of meiosis 1. Alright, okay, so just now we already discussed during fetal development, the primary oocyte undergo meiosis 1 but stop at prophase 1. So at birth, a baby girl has millions of the primary oocyte. Yeah, millions of the primary oocytes on the both ovaries, that remain dormant in prophase 1. Alright, okay, and this primary oocyte will decreasing at puberty. Yeah, decreasing at puberty. Okay, now we go to the number 3. Oh, so here you refer to the number 3, right? Okay, at birth here, okay, this is referred to the number 3. Okay, means that here the primary oocyte, okay, remain dormant in prophase 1. Yeah, in prophase 1 of meiosis 1. Okay, meiosis 1 until puberty. Yeah, until puberty. Okay, number 4. We go to the number 4. Okay, reaching puberty. Okay, what does it mean by the puberty? Means that when the menstruation or menses start. Yeah, okay, when the menses start or the menstruation start. Okay, so the girls already reach the puberty. So every month, yeah, every month, so one of the primary oocytes, yeah, in the ovary, okay, will continue meiosis 1. Okay, we continue meiosis 1. Okay, meiosis 1 and form what? To form one secondary oocyte and a first polar body. The first polar body. Okay, so I repeat, after puberty or reaching the puberty, one of the primary oocytes in the ovary continue meiosis 1. Okay, to form secondary oocyte, one secondary oocyte and first polar body, which is already haploid. Okay, why haploid? Why haploid? Because meiosis 1 already completed. Okay, so means that just now we already discussed that primary oocyte. Okay, primary oocyte before puberty. Okay, the primary oocyte is stopped. The meiosis 1 is stopped at prophase 1. So after puberty, this primary oocyte will continue to complete meiosis 1 and produce one secondary oocyte and a first polar body. Alright, okay, and then okay, we continue this one. Secondary oocyte will begin meiosis 2. Yeah, secondary oocyte here will begin meiosis 2, okay, which is then halt, yeah, or stop at metaphase 2. Yeah, so the secondary oocyte will continue meiosis 2 but stop at metaphase 2. Okay, whereby the first polar bodies will complete meiosis 2 and form two second polar body. Yeah, okay, later I will show you in the next slide. Yeah, okay, so all right, so you have to know here. Yeah, after the puberty, one of the primary oocyte complete the meiosis 1 and produce one secondary oocyte and a first polar body. And then what happened next? The secondary oocyte will continue meiosis 2 but stop at metaphase 2. Okay, whereby the first polar body will continue meiosis 2, okay, and form two second polar bodies. Alright, okay, that is referred to the number 4. Yeah, number 4. Okay, now we go to the number 5. Alright, so this is referred to the okay, we go to this one first. Okay, this is referred to the primary follicles. Yeah, the primary follicles here will protect, yeah, the primary oocyte. Yeah, primary oocyte. And then after the primary oocyte grow, yeah, or grow undergo meiosis 1 and produce secondary oocyte. So the secondary oocytes, okay, will covered by the secondary follicles. Means that the primary follicles also grow into the secondary follicles. Alright, okay. Now we go to the number 5. Okay, number 5, a layer of follicular cells envelopes the secondary oocyte, okay, which is called secondary follicles. Okay, so this layer that cover or the envelope the secondary oocyte we call as secondary follicles, and then will develop into Graafian follicles. Okay, develop into Graafian follicles. So the stages of the follicle is start from the primary follicles, that protect the primary oocytes. Okay, so once the primary oocyte divide or undergo meiosis 1 and produce the secondary oocyte. So this primary follicle will develop into secondary follicles. So inside the secondary follicles is secondary oocyte. And then, okay, what happen next? The secondary follicle will develop into Graafian follicle. A Graafian follicle is bigger than secondary follicle. So this Graafian follicle will release estrogen. Release estrogen. Alright, so let's take a look on this diagram. This is referred to the continuity of the oogenesis process. Okay, you can refer to your textbook on page 290 also. Okay, just now I said that the first polar body continue to carry out meiosis 2 and produce two secondary polar bodies here. Yeah, two second polar bodies here. Okay, whereby the secondary oocyte will continue meiosis 2 but stop at metaphase 2. Alright, okay, that is referred to the secondary oocyte. Okay, now we go to the number 6 here. Here, number 6. So this is referred to the number 6. Okay, this is referred to the Graafian follicles. Okay, do you still remember just now that I said the Graafian follicles comes from the secondary follicles that grow, growing or develop. Okay, so the secondary follicles develop into the Graafian follicle, which is a matured follicle. Alright, okay, number 6 here. Okay, what happened? So now here we go to the number 6. Okay, what happened here? Ovulation occurs. Okay, ovulation occurs. Okay, do you still remember what is the ovulation? It is referred to the release of secondary oocyte from the ovary. Okay, so let's go to the explanation here. A major Graafian follicle approach the ovary surface and release secondary oocyte into the fallopian tube. Okay, so once the Graafian is matured, so this Graafian follicle will approach to the ovarian wall and then will release secondary oocyte into the fallopian tube. Release the secondary oocyte into the fallopian tube. So this is referred to the ovulation. Ovulation. So during ovulation, secondary oocyte is released. It's not yet the ovum. Secondary oocyte is released. Okay, so secondary oocyte refer to the this secondary oocytes. Okay, is start the meiosis 2 but stop at the metaphase 2. Stop at the metaphase 2. Okay, alright. Okay, now we go to the number 7 here. So this is referred to the diagram number 7. Diagram number 7. Okay, so this is referred to the secondary oocyte. Secondary oocyte that is released. Released during ovulation. Okay, so the secondary oocyte, which is referred to the immature ovum, immature ovum or not mature ovum, complete meiosis 2. Okay, once a sperm penetrates it. Okay, so you have to know that this secondary oocyte will complete meiosis 2 if the sperm fertilize it. Or if the sperm penetrate into the secondary oocytes. Alright, so the meiosis 2 produce ovum. Meiosis 2 produce ovum. So this is referred to the ovum. This is referred to the ovum. Okay, ovum will produce after the sperm penetrates into the secondary oocyte only. Okay, so meiosis 2. Okay, meiosis 2 will produce ovum, one ovum, okay, and first polar body. Okay, and first polar body. Alright, okay, so once the secondary oocyte fertilized, okay, once the secondary oocyte fertilized by the sperm, so it will produce ovum and first polar body. Okay, now the fertilization take place. Fertilization take place when the sperm nucleus, sperm nucleus here fertilize with fertilize or fuse. Okay, sorry, not fertilize, it fuse. When the sperm nucleus fuse with the ovum nucleus and produce a diploid zygote. Diploid zygote, which is 2N. Why 2N? Because sperm nucleus is a haploid. Yes, ovum nucleus is also haploid. So when N fuse with the N, it will produce diploid, which is referred to the zygote. Alright, that is referred to the number 7. Okay, I hope you can understand, the process occur here. Okay, next we go to the number 8. Okay, number 8. Okay, after ovulation. Okay, so this is referred to the ovulation just now. So after ovulation, the remaining follicles form corpus luteum. Corpus luteum. So this is referred to the corpus luteum. This corpus luteum has no more oocytes, no more secondary oocytes in it because the Graafian release it into the fallopian tube. Okay, now we go to number 9. Okay, number 9, corpus luteum continues to grow. This corpus luteum continues to grow and secrete progesterone and estrogen. Progesterone and estrogen. Okay, so please take a look again. What is the function of the estrogen and progesterone? Okay, then number 10, the corpus luteum and secondary oocyte degenerate. Corpus luteum and secondary oocyte degenerate and dies, and then is removed through menstruation. Okay, so if fertilization does not occur, fertilization does not occur, this corpus luteum and the secondary oocyte that is released into the fallopian tube will die. It will degenerate, okay, and then remove through menstruation. Alright, okay, that is referred to the oogenesis process. Okay, I know this process is complicated, but you have to know step by step. So please try to understand the process that occur in the oogenesis. Okay, so let's take a look again on this diagram. Okay, you have to know that oogenesis take place in the ovaries. In the ovaries, is starting from the germinal epithelial germinal cell produce oogonium, and then the oogonium will develop into the primary oocyte. So this primary oocyte is covered by the follicles, so called as primary follicles. Alright, okay, and then this primary oocyte will undergo meiosis 1, meiosis 1, but stop at the prophase 1. Okay, stop at the prophase 1 during fetal development. Right, during fetal development. So after birth, the primary oocyte, the baby girl is born with the millions of the primary oocyte, which is still dormant until puberty. Yeah, so after puberty, one of the secondary oocyte, will continue meiosis one just now and produce one secondary oocyte, one secondary oocyte. Yeah, so we'll produce one secondary oocyte and polar body. All right, the first polar body. And then what happened next? What happened? So this secondary oocyte, okay, that covered with the secondary follicles, secondary follicles, and then we release into the fallopian tube. Release into the fallopian tube. Once the Graafian follicle reach to the ovary wall. Alright, so this process called as ovulation. And then once the sperm, enter or penetrate into the secondary oocyte, so this secondary oocyte will continue meiosis 2. Will continue meiosis 2 and produce ovum and second polar body. Alright, so you have to know that before that, the first polar body will continue meiosis 2 and produce two second polar body. Okay, now there are three polar bodies and one ovum is produced after the meiosis completed. After the meiosis completed. Alright, that is referred to the oogenesis process. So again, what is a oogenesis? It is referred to the formation of the female reproductive cells. Female reproductive cells of females gametes. Alright, so you have to know the stages that involve here. So in the oogenesis also involve mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis and meiosis. And then the mitosis is starting from the germinal cells that undergo meiosis to produce oogonium. And then the oogonium will grow into the primary oocyte, which is still diplot. The meiosis will start when the primary oocyte, undergo meiosis 1. That produce one secondary oocyte and a first polar body. First polar body. So after puberty, the secondary oocyte will continue meiosis 2. Also with the same also with the first polar body, we continue meiosis 2 and produce two second polar body, whereby the secondary oocyte will continue meiosis 2 and produce one ovum and another one polar body. So you have to know that secondary oocyte only will produce the ovum if the sperm penetrates into the secondary oocyte. So if the secondary oocyte is not fertilized or is not penetrated by the sperm, so no ovum is produced. Right, so what happened to the secondary oocyte? The secondary oocyte will die and degenerate and remove by menstruation. So that is what process occur in the oogenesis. Please read again and again. Alright, until you do understand. Alright, so I will continue on my next video later. See you again. Take care, girls.